we had big problems.
I just got to the point where we just couldn't take it anymore.
My biggest gripe with my wife is, well, nothing, she's perfect. No, I'm kidding.
Every time there's a family affair, there's a blowout fight.
I was living in an icy cold hell in terms of my personal life.
Old habits die hard.
I guess I'm sort of telling the story a bit out of sequence.
It's been different lately, having gone through this Imago stuff.
Love is such a mystery. Like, where does it come from?
The mystery of attraction really has its origins in an image we have of our primary caretakers, and that we're going to be drawn to somebody who reminds us energetically of those caretakers, particularly the one who frustrated, the one or both, or ones if there's more than two, that frustrated us the most.
A couple can walk into the office and the Imago therapist immediately shows them a way to listen to each other. Imago therapy shows results immediately.
Couples find themselves, find each other in order to repair and heal and complete some of the damage of childhood.
As we're walking in the door, she's telling me, you know, if this doesn't work, we're going to get a divorce. Or if this doesn't work, I want a divorce. And you know, I said, yeah, okay. Sounds good to me.
Well, she was standing there and she said, hello.
We met. We had an instant connection. And he walked in the corridor, and I was like, John Ruddock?
And I'm like, yes, John Ruddock, yes. And you are?
He had a little crush on me, and I kind of liked that.
It was amazing.
And the chemistry was amazing.
We had like this immediate chemistry.
An amazing, amazing love affair.
I saw him and I made a beeline over to him.
I would still get butterflies in my stomach when I'd see him coming down the street.
Several cards or letters a day, a lot of phone calls.
And we've been talking basically nonstop, I would say, ever since.
I always felt accused.
He's just a stubborn little guy. He's like, you're just like a Jack Russell Terrier.
We start fighting, and the fighting turns into name-calling or jabbing or criticizing. You never do this, and you never do that. And then one of us will either walk away or slam a door or start yelling.
He never responded. He just couldn't respond to me.
I would say I'm sorry all the time and then regret and resent the fact that I was saying I was sorry.
My wife says I'm passive-aggressive.
I thought I was a lot of work.
We have hit that wall many times.
You know, it's hard.
It's hard to not reach into the old toolbox.
We lost a lot of the intimacy. Sometimes she pushes a little bit too far.
I stopped fighting. I stopped talking. I stopped doing everything.
It was just, I can't do this.
And that's how we lived. That's how we lived, especially the last year before we went to Imago.
I really liked the dialogue idea.
Imago starts with a dialogue.
What a dialogue is really about is moving from talking about the other person to talking about yourself. Because what we tend to do is when we get into conflict or we have a problem, we make it about our partner. We blame them, we criticize them, we think if they would only do something different, then everything would be fine.
I will step into your world to hear your response, whether I got over there the way I intended it to.
And the dialogue is really a way to talk with each other, and in that talking, to really be talking about yourself.
If you stay in this dialogue process, things change.
So who would like to start?
I'm a little frustrated that she won't let me punt the cat across the room.
I need to rescue you.
Randy, I'd like to talk about moving. Is now a good time?
You're frustrated that when I first come into the house for the first half hour, I spend more time with the cats than I do you.
Is that correct?
there more?
There is more, and what frustrates me about that is
I'd like to have an engaged evening. We spend more intimate time over the next 2 weeks.
When I come home, it would be great if I had a few minutes just to decompress.
If we end up looking at a house with a bathroom that makes you want to vomit, maybe we could just start with the pink sink and toilet.
I'm happy to gift you with the third request.
It's really pink? Yeah, I think so.
With brown balls.
Yeah. Okay, I think compromise.
2 months ago, I really thought that our relationship was more than dead. And even walking down the street today, I really felt for the first time ever that he was kind of like a soulmate. And I had never experienced that before.
While it varies from individual to individual, I would imagine that people are going to be drawn to come to therapy for a variety of reasons. It could be because they're in pain. It could be because they see the patterns repeating in their relationship that they saw at home and with their caretakers. It could be because they're saying things they promised they'd never say to their own children. It is a search for growth and for healing. That's what we're hardwired to do.
So if your partner says, I need you to tell me you love me, do it 10 times a day. Do it 20 times a day. And that'll really help you get that experience. I think people often give up on their relationships because they don't really know what's possible. The truth is that most of us really don't know how to get through conflict. We don't know how to get to the other side. And so hopefully the dialogue technique and the tools that we teach give people a different experience. And honestly, I see that over and over again. I see people who go from being on the brink of divorce and ending a relationship very quickly to feeling really positive about the relationships.
It was quite amazing.
It's a tremendous privilege to be in a relationship with someone who has the integrity to grow themselves and at the same time to give you the space to be safe and show up and to grow as well.
To fall in love, that's easy. Staying in love is the skill, and that's hard.